name is Janelle Barksdale, and I'm the founder of Roses and Thorns. This is our book club, and our August selection is She's Still There by Crystal Evans Hurst. This is my review of Chapter 9. Chapter 9 is Gain Perspective. And in this, Crystal talks about taking a moment to just pause and evaluate herself. And she just took the piece of paper, had her columns, and decided to list words to really help her hone in on her skills and her strengths. And I've done this exercise myself and have taken several different personality tests and all that to really drive in on what are my natural gifts and talents. Because we can just go about doing things, but if you go about doing them tuned in with some perspective and with knowledge of how you're naturally wired, you're able to be really intentional and effective in how you approach things. And so in this, she was discovering where the gift in her lied. And it was difficult for her, and I'm sure we've gone through those seasons of life, most of us can attest to this, where you're looking to find yourself and to really dig into the you inside of you. Right? And I loved how she phrased that. Over time, it became really easy for her, and she was able to uncover what God had planted in her, which was things that she buried. And so she had taken stock of the things that God had gifted to her, and in doing so, she took ownership of living her life. And so this stood out to me because that happened for me several years ago, and it really helped me to align myself with the things that I was naturally good at and things I was passionate about, and the things that I discovered about myself through all the assessments that I had taken that really aligned well with everything that I already known about myself. In gaining a perspective on self, in general, she focused on her gifts. What were the gifts that God had just planted in her? Next, she focused on her abilities. What are the things that she's just naturally good at doing? And then she focused on her interests. See, a lot of times you can be interested in something but not necessarily have the ability or the natural gift to do it. You're just interested in it. And because you have an interest, you also have the inspiration needed in order to try to execute along that interest. And so she also discovered and looked into her interests. And then she looked into her nature, just how she's just naturally wired. And so these are a lot of the things that you uncover in a variety of different assessments that you can take. I've taken Strength Finders and Myers-Briggs and the Enneagram. There's just so many that are out there, but all of them really do align themselves, and I've not really been surprised by one to the other. They all pretty much identify me the same way. And that's how you know that you're really getting connected to yourself when your assessments start to look the same. The more she understood who she was, it was the more she understood who she was. Remembering that God has placed value in you, but it's your assignment to act on that value. You got to discover it and then act on it. So it's your assignment to discover, to develop, and to deploy the gift that God has planted in you. So our reflection is, what parts have you walked away from, dismissed, dismantled, or disvalued? And our action is to take time to assess and jot down the things that God has planted in you, your natural gifts. What are they? If you haven't already done so, go to the back of the book. There's the assessment that she mentioned. Starts on page 307. Dig into that and discover you. I look forward to continuing to read with you as we move on to Chapter 10 of She's Still There by Crystal Hurst. As always, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the Roses and Thorns YouTube channel. To be aware of when we're posting videos, go ahead and choose that notification bell, and you can like, share, and comment on the videos. Also, take a visit to the website, www.rosesandthorns.org. And when you're there, you'll find the resources that are available, which include free printables as well as chapter reviews for each of the chapters. I look forward to connecting with you in Chapter 4. She's still there.